Gross 83. We're live, pal. We're live in Woodstock, Illinois. And before I begin, we need to do let's do a couple shout outs. Number one, shout out Mac from the streaming service. Mac is the best. That's the bottom line. And let's shout out Savage, of course, the main man, the main eventer, the main reason I mess around on that silly streaming app. Those are two of the main eventers. They are the main event. Without those two, I would not be on that streaming app. And now for some local shout-outs, of course. As I've done many times on this channel, and I'm going to do it again because there have been so many changes to that liquor department, adding all types of new beer, new spirits, and also bringing back Pulaski Pils, which is an excellent Pilsner that I would highly recommend, which I believe I have reviewed on the channel, so check that out if you feel so inclined. And now the next shout out is for one of the best cashiers that I've ever seen in the history of Jewel, okay? The young lady named Kimberly. And she does an excellent job, let me tell you. She is running from the service desk to the terminal, back to the service desk, to self-checkout, zoom, 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 doing it all, and more than likely getting underpaid for it too, because I worked retail, so I know. But let's get into tonight's beer. Tonight's selection is an American classic. It's not the most elite beer in the world, but we're going to give it a fair shot. Today's beer is the legendary American beer. Yes, Budweiser. Look at that. Classic Budweiser, Anheuser-Busch, Beechwood aged. Now let's take a look at what this says here. This is the famous Budweiser beer. We know of no brand produced by any other brewer which costs so much to brew and age. Our exclusive Beechwood aging produces a taste, a smoothness, and a drinkability that you will find in no other beer at any price. I don't know about all that, but we'll check it out, I guess. And it is brewed by our original process from the choicest hops, rice, and best barley malt. Anheuser-Busch Incorporated, which of course is actually owned by the ginormous beverage conglomerate InBev, which at the current time controls just, I believe, right around 40% of the market. So you can look into that and confirm it or correct me if I am erroneous on that statement, because sometimes I am. Now let's see what else we got here. Gotta take these off. Now this is I don't know what size. might be a 24, it doesn't say. It looks to be, I would say, a 24 ouncer, so that is 2 cans, of course. Now this per 12 ounces, 145 calories, so this is a fairly low calorie beer. And this one comes in at 5% alcohol by volume, so it is in that session range, of course. Now, I prefer, if I am going to get a Budweiser, which it is not too often, but for me, there's something about the long neck bottle Budweiser that I enjoy, but I didn't want to get a 6-pack, because the way I do it is, if I buy a bottle of whiskey, a $30, $35, $40 bottle of bourbon one week, well, then I try to spend very, very little the next. Because I can't spend $30, $40, or $50 a week on alcohol. That would make me an alcoholic. And I'm not. But we're going to get into this one and see what we've got here. And I'm going to give it an honest review. So I like to tilt the glass. I don't know if I've ever poured a Budweiser before. So this is going to be interesting. Maybe I have. Let's look at what this looks like. Now this is fairly pale. In my opinion, it's very light golden yellow. And you can see that right here. It has a not too bad of a head. And you can see the bubbles, the carbonation, of course. So let's get the nose on this, even though I'm not that good at, my nose is not that great. Now this smells, I just smell the common, what you would get in your American adjunct lager smell. I would, fairly similar to the Miller High Life. But not too bad. It's not a bad aroma by any stretch of the imagination. Now we're going to taste. We're going to do the hello sip, of course. Now, the hello sip, not bad. Now I do get that Budweiser aftertaste. That is not a personal favorite of mine. But now we're going to get into the real sip, and I will let you know what I think of this American classic. I have to say, it is a fairly drinkable beer, but that I have to minus maybe a full point. I just don't like that aftertaste. Now this could be, if it wasn't for that aftertaste, it would be 4 stars, but I'm going to have to take it down to 3 stars, because that aftertaste just takes a lot of the enjoyment out of this beer that is actually not bad. And if you drink it out of the bottle, I don't think there's that aftertaste. So for the long neck bottle Budweiser, that actually will get 4 stars, because I've been known to enjoy that one a time or two. But this, out of the can, I will probably not be drinking this out of the can anymore. So basically, not bad, but the aftertaste is ugh. So I want to thank everybody for watching and have a great Saturday evening, and that is all from your main man, Gross83, live from Woodstock. Goodbye, everyone.